Hello and welcome back to another video, people. This is your West Ham United 2 Leicester City match reaction. 2-0, I should have said. But anyway, make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Trying to reach 1K before the Premier League season ends. And sorry for no live. Sorry for no live stream, guys. I will have the live on tomorrow or today as you're seeing this on a Friday. It might be at 4 p.m. If not, I will keep delaying it. But regardless, it will be on a Friday. It'll be on this Friday. I wasn't on the train. Or getting back home from the car park. I don't drive. I was in my dad's car. Had to get food. I always get food after the match as well. So I'm fucking hungry. I've only just come home at 8. I only got home at 11:30 when the live was meant to originally start. So there you go. There you go. So sorry for no live, but I thought we'd get home a lot sooner, but there was a lot of traffic. But onto the game. Onto the game. Um, Decent performance. Like in terms of like the way it looked. Obviously, it wasn't glamorous or anything. It wasn't glamorous, but it's not even about either of putting the most glamorous performance in or either. It is about. It's always about results. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't necessarily about the result either. It's still about part of the. I don't want to use the word process. I fucking hate that word, but part of the whole thing of getting used to each other on the pitch, getting used to where each other are. I still think the starting lineup wasn't needed uh, to be unchanged because a lot of people on Twitter, I say a lot of people, a couple of people were trying to be patronising towards me, acting like I didn't know what a three at the back was. My whole point was of the formation was you don't need five defenders against Leicester. You don't need five defenders against Leicester, regardless of whether you're attacking in a three or defending in a five. You don't need five defenders against Leicester. As we saw that today, there was begging for an extra attacker in the first 15 minutes, but it was our quality that got us over the line and their lack of quality that didn't. I thought Aaron Cresswell was superb. I thought he was by far man of the match. I thought Thomas Suchek played a blinder, especially in the first half, maybe dipped a little bit in the second half, but regardless of his goal, he played well. And that's why I talk about the difference between scoring in 90 minutes and not performing compared to just performing for the whole 90 minutes and scoring was your bonus. He did that today. He was outstanding. He was outstanding today. I'd argue it's probably his best performance all season, maybe apart from Fulham, the Fulham game at home. I thought Thomas Suchek was superb, but I thought Aaron Cresswell was by far man of the match. It's becoming inevitable that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to perform as well. It's becoming inevitable that Wan-Bissaka is just going to have fun on the pitch and adapt to the situation no matter what. Excuse me. Defensive wise, attacking wise, this guy was just having fun all over the pitch. So to be honest with you, it's become automatic that Wan-Bissaka is going to perform well no matter what. You don't beat him 1v1. And even going forward, obviously, I feel like I feel like Skulls and Wan-Bissaka needed a bit of help from our attackers today. But because we set up in a more 5-3-2 ish, and Alvarez was getting in advanced positions from midfield, which it's still a bit of an eyesore to be honest with you. But nothing against him necessarily. I didn't think he performed bad. I just think he was in an uncomfortable role. But Potter still somehow made it work. I thought Kudus had a good first half and then dipped a bit in the second half. Didn't really give the ball to Ferguson. We kind of just let Leicester have the ball after that as well. They are terrible. I don't know how they've dipped so far over the years from being in top four races and winning the FA Cup and being in the Europa League group stage with Napoli to them being relegated, coming back up, then losing Maresca, and then being relegated again. Most likely, anyway. I think they're gone. They're definitely the worst team to come to the London Stadium. And you wouldn't have thought that we're like 3 places near each other. Like when it comes to the table, but it kind of says it with the points. Even though we're not that good, we're quite comfortably better than the front three, which is why I was never scared of getting relegated because even though even if we had lost to Arsenal like we should have, and what I mean by should have lost to Arsenal is that they should be beating us, we would have won this game anyway. But also, we're not losing 3 games in a row where teams below us are winning 3 games in a row like Wolves or Ipswich or Leicester. Leicester have only won 2 games under Ruud van Nistelrooy, and one of them was against Julian Lopetegui's West Ham United, which kind of says it all, but it kind of also comes back to the fact that if we had the previous manager today, it would have been a draw. I predicted a draw because I don't predict wins at West Ham, and I didn't think we were going to score that many goals anyway, but Areola could have set up a deck chair for the past 2 games. He did not. He has not been tested these past 2 games. He hasn't been tested since the Brentford game, I guess, but but also mainly the Chelsea game. But I actually do think we've defended quite well over the past few games. I think the structure is on point. And to be honest with you, going back to what I was saying earlier about the three at the back, um, there's going to come to a point where people are going to have to stop being fucking stupid and realize that we're not going to play a five at the back every game because Potter isn't like that. And what I mean by five at the back every game is 5 defenders, five at the back, where a winger is going to play in the five. And the reason why we lost to Brentford wasn't because we played in a fucking four. It's because we're used to breaking teams down, which is why we struggled more today and played worse today than we did against Arsenal because we had more of the ball. It's not like we were doing well to break their block down or anything, their mid block or their low block or whatever. We just knew that if we just put a cross in the box, they shit themselves when it comes to defending. Simple as that. It's because we're not good with the ball because we don't have the personnel with it. This current team, yes, would do better off the ball defending every game, five in the back, probably with a tight structure, hitting them at a counter. But Potter isn't going to play like that forever at West Ham. I have to be real with it. He's not, because he never played like that at Brighton. So why would he play like that at West Ham? This squad's going to change a bit. So I don't really see the logic. And we play in the three in possession regardless of how we set up off the ball. So, like, I'm just saying we could have tucked Wan-Bissaka into a right centre-back role instead of Cresswell today, even though he did play really well, and play an extra attacker because we didn't need those three centre midfielders, even though I think actually Ward-Prowse played well as well. Souček played really well. Alvarez did his job. Kudus wasn't terrible, but still not the Mohamed Kudus I'd personally know. And Jared Bowen wasn't his greatest either, to be honest with you, but he did his job. Ollie Scars was okay. He made a couple of mistakes, but when he did make the mistakes, he made up for it. I thought he was okay. I thought it was definitely worse than the Arsenal game, but I'm not expecting you to perform 10 out of 10 week in, week out. I know you're good enough, and I know that you're not going to start every game throughout the rest of the season. And it's not, what's it called, a whole stamp on fact that he's going to start over Emerson week in, week out, just in general, that he's taken over his place yet. I'm very happy with Emerson and Scars being our left wing back options / left back options. So I'm very happy with that in general. I'm quite happy with where we are at this current moment in time, considering the fact that we had a bozo managing us for the first 8 months of the season. So under Potter, as I said, it's just pre-season to me. This is his pre-season, and it's the pre-season to see who's going to die at sea when it comes to who's going to survive playing this style of football. I trust in Graham Potter. I trust in Graham Potter because he's making the square pegs the round holes instead of trying to fit square pegs into round holes. He's getting the best out of what he has. And considering what he has is a pile of shit, I commend him for it. I don't think we can play like that against Newcastle and win the way we did against Leicester. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like we just did our job. We did our job. And hopefully the players become more confident in showing for the ball and us trying to play through teams, but I also don't think we have the players to play through teams either. So I think you're going to see that a lot more in pre-season and next season. And Potter slightly adapting and slightly editing his style almost to conjure up a new one for next season, to develop it, sort of thing. So kind of evolve, which is always good when you've taken a break from your previous job. You come to this job, you've had a break. So you have time to evolve. You have time to evolve your tactics and the way you see things on the pitch and stuff like that as well. But I am going to leave it there. I will be back tomorrow or Friday, as you're seeing this, where we'll be talking about this game in a lot more detail. And I might do a what we learned video as well, if I do have time. But listen, people, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.